So I'm going to put a full limb bandage on Ruby on the front leg here. So really important with this bandage that it stacks one bandage on top of each other and that the padding is nice and thick. I'm going to wrap from the carpus all the way down to the ground and then put another bandage up on top. Maybe not that long of a bandage. So when you're wrapping the lower part, it's important to put good tension on your pillow wrap and wrap it very evenly. And then same thing for the actual bandage. Make sure that you put good tension on it. These pillow wraps are so thick that you can put quite a bit of tension on it and not have to worry about causing any damage to the horse's leg. And generally I'm going to pull more as I go across the dorsal aspect as compared to the palmar aspect, so I'm not pulling on the tendons is the theory on that. All right, so then I'm going to put another bandage on top of that. For Ruby, because I'm going to put a full limb splint on, this is actually really good. It almost goes up to the point of her elbow. Could even maybe go a little taller, although it gets difficult to wrap underneath their axillary area if you get too much longer than that. So again, I'm wrapping this one on top, not overlapping, because if I overlapped, then I would cause extra pressure in that area, which if a horse wears this bandage for long term, could cause bandage sores. So for this first one, I'm going to start distal on this bandage and go down. Some people will do a little pressure relief over the accessory carpal, which is right here, about at this level. In a horse that I'm putting a splint on, I generally don't do that because I want it to be all covered, and the carpus is not going to be flexing anyways, so the bandage doesn't need to accommodate that. If I did want to, I would actually do like I do in the hind limb and do a bit of a figure 8 situation, so that I would leave some padding open over the accessory carpal. But again, kind of hard to do. And you can figure 8 even within this bandage and still go, straight over that as well. There's multiple different ways to do it. But for purposes of putting a splint on in an emergency situation, I just want to get the limb all covered with bandage to protect it from the pressure of the splint. So then I need one more bandage to do the proximal part. Important when you start a bandage on top of a bandage that you don't leave the tag of the bandage sticking out, because that's a good way for the bandage to become unrolled. So I'm going to wrap up basically as high as I can. I always leave padding on the top and the bottom. And the reason you do that is to prevent the bandage from binding on itself and cutting off circulation. If you leave a little padding there, it kind of helps hold the bandage in place.